Hello, welcome back to the channel once again. This is Alan Presents. I am your host for this particular video, Alan, and with me is my glamorous assistant, Leanne.
So glamorous.
So glamorous. so glamorous with her new garb on. We went to see Rammstein last night, so we're feeling a little bit, I don't want to say worse for wear, that's probably the wrong thing to say, maybe just drained.
We stayed up past our bedtime.
Way past our bedtime, yeah. But my voice is still a bit hoarse, and it is what it is. But
it's good.
It's been a busy week, and we've had a lot of stuff going on. We've had, this will be the third video drop in 3 days.
Yeah.
So we had Snack Surprise on Thursday. We did the last part of our Stranger Things. No, wait, what is it today? Friday today. We had Snack Surprise drop Wednesday.
Yes, that's the one.
We had the last part of our 4-part series of Stranger Things, the game part 3. Stranger Things 3, the game part 4, with and without commentary, dropped yesterday, and then obviously we got Money in the Bank dropping today. So if you haven't seen the previous videos, if you've missed the notification or whatever, please watch the video. Snack Surprise was a decent one. To be fair, there's a bit of controversy sort of around Snack Surprise right now, which we won't cover here. We will cover in the Snack Surprise video, which is already there. So if you want to know what this drama is, go and watch that video. And obviously Stranger Things, the final part of season 4 dropped today.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any of season 4 yet, we just haven't had time. But yeah, one of the episodes was like 1 hour and 20 long, and the next one's like 2 hours and 30, so it's like almost 2 feature films.
It's just daunting.
It is a bit intimidating.
We'll get to it.
And obviously Money in the Bank is this weekend, so quite a decent week for wrestling fans. So we've had Forbidden Door pay-per-view last week.
Yep.
Like literally less than a week ago was Forbidden Door, which we've covered as well. That went up on Monday.
Yep.
So the only day we had... No, that went up on Tuesday.
So we had Tuesday,
So the only day we haven't uploaded a video this week so far is Monday, and we can't go back in time to rectify it. Dang it! But
okay.
But then, as I said, Forbidden Door was fantastic. If you didn't get a chance to watch that, I implore you to go and watch that. Even if you're not a fan of New Japan or AEW, it's just a really great wrestling show, and it has probably some of the best matches of the year thus far. By far. But moving on to what we've got now, we've got Money in the Bank. So we are putting our predictions up today on a Friday, because we're not going to be able to really... We could put one up tomorrow, but by the time we watch SmackDown, record, edit, upload, process, set it live, you'll probably like 2 hours before the pay-per-view starts.
Yeah, and then once the point...
Sorry, premium live event starts. I'm going to get cancelled with that live. So we figured there's no point. So what we're going to do this time, like if we've got weekend plans, we'll record it on a Friday or a Thursday, we'll upload it on a Thursday or a Friday, and anything that sort of gets announced on SmackDown, any new matches that might sort of pop up, we'll put in the descriptions, the update, like we did with...
the last one.
Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
When they added in Corbin and Madcap Moss. I wouldn't be surprised if they did add a few more matches in. There's only 6 announced.
Probably.
They've overloaded a lot on this one. So the last event, Hell in a Cell, had 2 title matches, which was an increase of 100% on the previous one. Let me just go back through. Where are we? So there's only 1 title match on Backlash in April.
Yeah.
So April had 1 title match. We had Hell in a Cell in June.
Yeah.
No, Backlash was in May, sorry. Backlash was in May. WrestleMania was in. WrestleMania Backlash was in May. June we had Hell in a Cell, which had 2 title matches. This card has increased by another 100%. There's 4 title matches on this particular card.
Wow.
However, there is only 6 matches in total.
So far.
So that's there. That's where I was going. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do add maybe another couple of matches, or maybe a pre-show match.
There's something.
So I'm going to flip this one on its head. Usually, if you've seen our pre-actions, oh my word.
Predictions.
Thank you. See, my glamorous assistant. For our prediction video previously, you'll know that we'll do non-title matches first, and we'll do the title matches at the end. Rags is scratching the carpet like a little so-and-so. We're not going to scream at him right now. We don't scream at him in general, but we shout him to stop scratching the carpet like he stops. We're not animal cruelty people, are we?
So it's a crazy tangent.
I know, right? I know. So usually I would do non-title matches, followed by the title matches, because the title matches are seen more as like the sort of the higher stakes, the main sort of attraction of the show. People go to see the title matches for a lot of the time. I'm not saying everyone, but this time, because it is Money in the Bank, we're going to flip this on its head. I'm going to do the title matches first, followed by the 2 non-title matches, which are the men's and the women's Money in the Bank matches.
Yep.
Okay?
Cool.
So,
It's quite a high stakes event.
yeah, it is, yeah. So, first up on the card, we are going to cover Bianca Belair versus Bianca Belair versus Carmella. Bianca Belair versus Carmella, and that's for the Raw Women's Championship. So,
Can I just give my prediction right away?
yeah, come on.
Bianca Belair to win. I don't need the background recap. So yeah.
On
give
to the
background.
next match. So, just after Hell in a Cell, they had, I think it was a 4-woman elimination match.
Yeah.
I know Rhea Ripley was in it, Doudrop was in it, I'm pretty sure Nikki ASH was in it.
Yeah.
And it may have been Liv Morgan, I think. I can't remember. And the winner of that match was set to go on to face Bianca Belair at Money in the Bank, which is the event we're talking about now. So, Rhea Ripley won that match. I think she pinned Doudrop, if I remember rightly, because everyone was like, oh, she pinned the biggest woman in the match, and it was a really big deal. It was great, Judgment Day, they really started to take off. Edge was kicked out of the faction at that point. Finn Balor is I don't know if he's the leader or just a member,
They
I
don't
don't
have
know.
a leader because they don't need a leader because no one can tell them what to do. But they probably have a leader because... Yeah.
But Rhea Ripley winning that was great. That was great. It's a new faction. They're trying to put some traction on the new faction, which is great.
Rhymes.
They're trying to put traction on the Judgment Day because they're a new faction.
Yes.
They're trying to make them prevalent and make them dominant, which was going quite well. And I still think that the kicking Edge out was the wrong decision.
Yeah, especially at this early on in the faction.
Yeah. Like, have Finn Balor come in and have Edge sort of still leading or whatever you want to call it.
Show the build-up of him, like, sowing the seeds to make them want to kick Edge out.
And then you could have leaned hard into that, and Edge is like, well, you're just a soldier in my army. And then, okay, you know what? You want to fight for leadership? Fine, let's do it. Yeah. And then have Edge versus Finn Balor, but have Finn Balor come out as the demon Finn Balor. And then Edge would be like, what?
Yeah, because the rumor I heard is that that creative wanted Judgment Day to become more of a supernatural based faction, and the Edge didn't want that, and so they just cut him from the group.
Yeah,
which kind of explains why it would be so sudden, but
yeah,
I don't know. It may or may not be true, but.
If it is, that feels just like a bit of a knee-jerk reaction to something that could have just been tweaked. Yeah. Anyway, so Rhea Ripley was due to face Bianca Belair. Then 2 weeks later, it was decreed that she injured herself. I think it might have been in that same match. Rumour has it, and I've seen a video of this, but I don't know if this is what caused the injury or what the injury actually is. Rumour is this a concussion from her own knee.
Oh.
She almost looked like she kneed herself in her face.
I would do it.
Yeah. If it is a concussion, obviously they take that very seriously, and it's good that they sort of did end up sort of to go and look, you need to look after yourself, and that's the right thing to do. So they had another multi-woman match. I can't remember all the participants in this because I was not invested at this point because Rhea Ripley, I was just like, right, well, Rhea Ripley's out. Look at I think Becky Lynch was definitely in that match.
Becky Lynch. It was Asuka, Liv Morgan,
Carmella,
Alexa Bliss.
Was Tamina in there as well?
I don't think in this one.
Oh,
Unless
I'm thinking of the final chance.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Of all the people to win it, we figured they would dump Becky Lynch into it, which isn't, in my mind, the worst choice.
No?
In my mind, the worst choice is Carmella.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't been seen on Raw properly for weeks.
No.
Maybe even months. She's not had any matches since she lost the tag titles at WrestleMania. And all of a sudden, she's getting a Raw Women's Championship match.
Yeah.
That just doesn't fit. It's almost like what do we do? Oh, who have we got? It's only Carmella. All right, let's check her in.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they've been building up Liv Morgan for ages. Isn't it time?
She's in the Money in the Bank match, though.
Yeah, but like, why did she even put her in the contenders match anyway? Then in that vein of things. Yeah, weird decisions. So, at least we haven't seen Bianca versus Carmella for a bit, if at all. I can't remember.
I just realised this match was supposed to take place at SummerSlam last year.
Oh.
let me just go back and check on my notes a second. But if you remember, Carmella, I can't remember if she was meant to be the opponent. No, I think it was supposed to be Sasha Banks. I think it was supposed to be Bianca and Sasha Banks. I haven't got notes back that far in this book.
No.
New Day, Conju, Full Gear. No, that's November. If I remember rightly, it's supposed to be Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. Sasha Banks wasn't cleared. Out comes Carmella.
Right, yeah.
Then out comes Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
That's the closest I can remember seeing of having Bianca Belair versus Carmella for any championship. So I might be wrong.
It's nice we're not getting another repeat, but like you said, there's no build-up. There's no.
What about Tamina?
Yeah, what about Tamina?
What about Dewdrop?
There's people it could have been.
But then we've had Bianca and Dewdrop.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. It's sort of out of the blue, but at least it's something different because the last thing we want is another rematch.
Do you think this was just Corey Gray's political power brokering? He's like, well, he's my wife, and I think she deserves to get a match. And they're like, yeah, all right, fine, whatever.
She's not going to win it, though. I wonder if she's still using the face mask thingy.
She's not. She stopped using that months ago.
Oh, okay. I haven't been paying enough attention
she stopped
to her,
using
apparently.
that a while ago. But yeah, though, it's obvious who's going to win this.
Yeah.
On to the next one. Next match. One of your new favourites. Theory versus the almighty Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship.
Yeah.
The build-up for this has just been a bit naff.
We've been doing pose-offs.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, who in the right mind, the size of Austin Theory, thinks he can win a pose-off against someone like Bobby Lashley?
Someone with the ego of Theory.
Yeah, but that's even though like there's that ego, you've got to sort of stop, look at Lashley, look at yourself, and be like, never mind. Never mind.
But he's an idiot. Ooh.
And he likes baby oil, apparently. Starts spraying it in Bobby Lashley's face. Bobby got a good thing back in him.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the build-up's not been very prominent. There's been pose-offs, posed off, posed down.
Posed down.
I can't remember what they actually called it.
It's a posing competition.
Yeah, which was just what, and that was a main event for Raw that week. It's like what?
What are they doing?
Really? Lashley is so much better than this.
Yeah, he deserves more.
Yeah. And then they had that gauntlet match.
Yeah, they did.
I remember it was Chad Gable.
Yeah.
It was Otis.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the third person was.
Ooh.
Dang it. But Bobby Lashley had to beat 3 people in one go.
Yeah.
Like one after the
other.
other.
One after the other.
Which he did.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a specimen. And then sort of American Alpha seemingly have this weird alliance, I think I want to say, with Austin, with Theory. They
seem to be having weird alliances with a lot of people.
I don't think they quite know what to do with American Alpha. Or Alpha Academy, sorry. American Alpha is the previous team. With Jason Jordan and Chad Gable. I feel that they're kind of losing a bit of their way with a lot of the stars again. So they've released all these people. They've got no one to face anyone for any meaningful sort of feud or anything like that. So they got to keep bringing back like Brock Lesnar to fight Roman Reigns. It's like, well, here we go again. Was this the 50th time now in a year? And then they just kind of, let's have an alliance between Alpha Academy and Theory. What?
Doesn't really make sense.
No.
Because considering the Alpha Academy is all about being intelligent and Theory is not. I'm
going to say 2 words. Spelling bee.
Yeah.
That's all I will say on that subject.
I should say meant to be.
Yeah. But...
yeah, it's... feels like a pointless match. And I don't think it's going to go the way that we would want it to. Or that it would logically go.
Okay, who do you want?
Lashley.
Okay, who do you think?
Theory. And quite possibly due to interference from Alpha Academy.
I think... Yeah, yours is a good option, so Alpha Academy will probably get involved. I'm thinking it might swing the opposite direction, in a sense, okay?
Okay.
So, Lashley will win the match via disqualification.
So that
Theory keeps the title.
Champion's advantage, yeah.
So, in that aspect, my prediction will be, instead of the winner of the match, I'm going to say that Theory will retain the title.
Cool. Might need to write a note. So Theory to retain, but Lashley to win.
Yeah, there'll be shenanigans. Yeah, I think that, as you say, Alpha Academy will come out and try and distract him. The ref and they'll hit him, and the ref will see it or something. Or there'll be some sort of shenanigans. Because Austin Theory is precious about his title. I keep calling him Austin Theory. It's really annoying, but yeah, I think Theory's going to retain. 100% Theory's going to retain.
Yep.
Yeah. Next match we have for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey defending against Natalya.
Now, Natalya did do a very good bit where she came out dressed as Rhea Ripley,
What?
Ronda Rousey. Different
what
R's.
match are you watching?
Lots of R's.
Ronda Rousey, Rhea
Ronda
Ripley. Yeah, I can
Rousey.
see what you got that.
With a pram and everything
Yeah.
because she's a mother. And she's like, with a massive grin on her face.
Seems to be a lot of things about prams for us this week, doesn't it?
Yeah, lots of prams. It was actually quite funny.
Context, she's not pregnant. Context, the pram sketch on... Sketch? I'm Sean Connery, apparently. Sketch on SmackDown, and then Rammstein had a giant pram on the stage.
Yeah, it was good. And then I guess when she started talking, though, it went downhill a bit. But, the gimmick was fun.
The makeup, I think I commented, it just looked like she had two massive bruises on her face.
Because it was definitely extenuating what
it wasn't
Ronda
even even.
does.
I think it was just like, just slap it on any old way. Just make it look like rubbish to offset it.
But, I mean, it made you laugh out loud.
It did.
It was very funny.
Yeah.
So...
Well, the part that made me laugh out loud is when Ronda came out and she was saying that she hasn't had to have any work done to fulfill unrealistic body expectations.
Yeah.
And it was quite funny because the week previous, I think it was, Natalya was doing like a backstage segment promo thing, and I sort of noticed her lips were almost like a natural duckbill shape.
Yeah, it's a bit too obvious that she's had work done.
A bit.
It's quite obvious.
Leanne, Matt Murdock could see those lips were duck shaped.
Yeah.
For those not in the know, Matt Murdock is the blind superhero Daredevil from the Marvel Universe. Or the Marvel Comics, and, well, technically MCU.
Yeah.
But my point is, a blind person could see that Natalya's had so much work done.
Yeah, it's pretty...
And it is going to sound really bad, and I don't want to rip on anyone, I'm not trying to rip on anyone, but it almost reminds me of someone like Sylvester Stallone's mother, who's sort of in her 90s, but she's had so much plastic surgery done, she just doesn't look real.
Yeah.
And Natalya's getting to that point.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You know? And it's like, when like, if you just resting face and your lips are like, that is not right, that does not look good, that is not healthy. By a long shot.
Yeah, I mean, everyone can do what they like.
But then, I said, Ronda's comment was just brilliant. Unreal expectations. I thought that was fantastic. And that made me laugh out loud. And then, so, one thing I'm wondering if they might do with this match is that Natalya's been saying, oh no, the sharpshooter's better than your armbar.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned this when watching it. They might turn this into a submission match.
Yeah, it might do.
Which would work.
Yeah,
I think that would. I think that would be
back
cool.
And forth about the submissions.
And I can't remember the last time we saw an actual submission match.
Don't know.
So I think that might be something that they do on SmackDown tonight.
Yeah, could be interesting. Change things up a bit.
But again, with this one though, it has been a bit of a not much of a build up, apart from the sort of segment on SmackDown last week.
A little bit of back and forth.
Yeah.
But not a huge amount. No sort of matches to build up to it so much.
No. I think Natalya won a qualifying match against someone. I can't remember who it was. I think it was the SmackDown after Hell in a Cell, so that was about 4 weeks ago. So that's
a long time.
Yeah. But yeah, who you got?
Ronda to win.
Yeah, absolutely. I get the feeling they might be building to a rematch from WrestleMania with Charlotte.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Rumor has it she'll be back in August. Anyone who doesn't know, Charlotte's currently, I was going to say AFK, that's not right. She's away having a break because she married Andrade El Idolo from AEW. Yeah, so, congratulations to them. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Charlotte, but I don't want to see her life in ruins and whatnot. So I'm glad that she managed to find someone she's happy with, and they got married. Because she's had her first marriage was a bit of a not a good one for her, unfortunately, and that's bad. That's a really sad thing. No matter who the character, like, I'm sure she's a really nice person in real life.
The character's just annoying.
The character's just annoying as hell. Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe even sort of as soon as SummerSlam we see Ronda Rousey and Charlotte again for like the third time this year.
Yeah.
Great.
Very likely. Because,
you know, they looks like they might be trying to get rid of Sasha Banks. Well, Sasha Banks is attempting to get out of her contract.
Yes.
I don't know what's happening with Naomi, but...
No. I mean, someone had a sign, I can't remember which, I think it was at a SmackDown, that was, it was like Sasha Crew for Life or something. And actually, WWE blanked the sign out on the recording. So on the live broadcast, you would have seen it, but any replays or like YouTube footage. It was just a blank sign, which... That speaks volumes to me. They're silencing their fans. I understand that there's problems there, but I mean you can't do that. That's silencing people. But that speaks volumes to the relationship between WWE and Sasha Banks. Yeah. You know. It's sad. There we go. Last title match then. So the last of the normal, well, I say normal matches, in a sense, yeah. The last of the title matches on this particular card is for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. Mm-hmm. That is the Usos versus the Street Profits. Again, we've seen this match so many times. Yeah. This is almost like up to that level of Usos versus New Day. Yeah. Like, how many times have we seen that match? Oh, I don't even know. And the Street Profits and the Usos are starting to become that match. Mm-hmm. It's getting right up there. And it's like, well, do you not have any other teams? And they had a spot, obviously we had the John Cena's 20th anniversary kind of thingy. Mm. And the Street Profits went up to John Cena and they were like, we just can't beat the Usos. What do we do? And he basically just did the whole never give up spiel. So it's going to keep going. It's because they don't have many teams. That's the problem. Yeah. And the Usos are the heel team. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to put Sheamus's group against them. No. You're now not going to put the Viking Raiders against them because they've turned heel. I haven't got many. I can't even think of any other tag teams on SmackDown. I mean, there's RK Bro, but Randy Orton's out. RK Bro's on Raw. Yeah. I mean, technically, they got what other tag teams are there? I can't even think of any. I suppose you could possibly do Omos and MVP. Mm-hmm. I guess Judgment Day could get in there. Well, after their little stint on main event. Yeah, the tag team division right now in WWE is lacking. I can't really describe it without using any harsher terms, and I don't really want to do that right now. It's not good. No, but then you look at tangent. You look at the tag team division in AEW. Crazy, lots of them. Like, wow, incredible, just so good. Again, if you haven't seen Forbidden Door, and you want to watch a match off it, the Jeff Cobb and Great-O-Khan versus Roppongi Vice versus FTR. That triple threat tag team match was just a thing of incredible beauty. Amazing. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Profits have picked up some individual wins over the Usos in the last couple of weeks in singles matches, which is like, wait, what? So they're sort of building towards possibly them being dominant. But the problem with that is, and again, going back to FTR, Cash Wheeler has said in a promo on Rampage when he was fighting Jeff Cobb, I'm a tag guy. I'm not a singles guy. Yeah. I work better in tag matches. Mm-hmm. And that's the Usos' strength. Yeah, they are much better together. Yes, one of the Usos did have a bit of a singles run where the brother was on an injury. Mm-hmm. He had a match against Roman Reigns in the main event. I think it was Hell in a Cell last year, possibly. But they're not billed as main event individual stars. They are the number one tag team. Yes. So when I see someone beating them in an individual match, like, oh, okay, so, interesting, but does it really add much weight to the tag match? Yeah, it's almost like 1 + 1 doesn't make 2, correct. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Correct. So the skills separate together is a lot more. Yeah. There's a lot involved in the tag match. Yeah. And a singles win, whilst impressive, winning a singles match over a champion, it doesn't necessarily mean that, they're definitely going to win the titles. Yeah. I feel like for the Usos to lose those championships at the moment, something needs to break down in the bloodline group.
When Roman Reigns loses those titles, that title, I don't quite know if they're seeing it as 1 or 2 championships anymore because this is just getting confusing.
Undisputed, I suppose.
But there's 2 belts.
Yeah.
So, when that happens, the Usos are more likely to lose the championships.
Yeah. So at the moment, having them props up Roman Reigns, basically, doesn't it? So yeah, they're going to win this match.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that. Usos are retaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what we got for them. So now we move on to the 2 matches that are the feature match, I guess you call it, of the play. So the first one we're going to cover, so just because I've done female, male, we're going to do the female, the women's Money in the Bank match first.
It's nice that there's a balance.
Yeah, it's actually 50-50 split, which is pretty cool. So, all the women in this match have, over the last 3-4 weeks, qualified for the match in different matches, whether it's the last chance multi-person match on Raw, or individual matches, or tag match, whatever. So we've got Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, I gotta make sure I get that right because that's not the NXT name.
Yep.
Lacey Evans, Asuka, and Shotzi. So those are the 7 competitors.
It's a pretty good lineup
in this match. Yeah, it's a pretty decent lineup. Yeah, I mean, Becky Lynch, former world champ, Alexa Bliss, former world champ, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, former NXT champ, Lacey Evans,
being pushed,
Asuka, former world champ, and Shotzi. So you've got like 3 women who've never held gold. Did Shotzi win the tag titles?
It rings a bell her holding some of them.
I can't remember. But yeah, Liv, Lacey, and Shotzi are the... No. Liv... Oh, no. There's 4 women who's never won titles, yeah. Well, no, technically Raquel won NXT. Does that count?
If you want it to.
That's it.
It makes it nice and neat.
Liv Morgan, Lacey Evans. There's 7 people in the match.
Oh, I don't know.
Liv Morgan, Lacey Evans, and Shotzi have never won championship gold or championship titles in WWE or NXT as far as I can remember. Liv Morgan definitely hasn't. Shotzi definitely has. Lacey definitely hasn't. Shotzi, I'm on the fence because I can't remember if she did win the tag titles.
Okay.
I seem to remember maybe she won the NXT tag titles with... what was her name? The Welsh woman? Oh, I can't remember her name. Tegan Knox. They were a team for a bit. Yeah. So I seem to remember them maybe having the NXT Women's Championships. The tag championship. I can't remember. Anyway, but you got Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka have all won SmackDown Raw championship matches, championship titles. I don't recall any of them being the tag champions. But I might be wrong on that again. There's a lot to remember. But there's a bit of a well-rounded pool here.
Yes.
Like, you've got Becky's experienced. Alexa's obviously really experienced. She was out for a little bit. She came back. Liv Morgan has been really getting a good push.
Yeah.
Well, I say a good push.
She's been getting exposure.
She's been getting a push. Oh, let's just kick you back to the bottom.
Yeah.
Push, kick back to the bottom.
She's had the opportunity to show her skills and
she's done a good job of that.
Oh, yeah.
Raquel Rodriguez... Not Raquel Gonzalez, like in NXT, so they changed the name of that. I hate when they do that. She's been doing pretty well. She fought Ronda Rousey in a match and she held her own.
Yeah.
On SmackDown, that was pretty decent.
Yeah, she's good.
Lacey Evans, I'm glad they got rid of this sassy Southern Belle gimmick. Yeah. That was awful. Hated that. But she's leaning hard into the sort of Marine thing now, which that's fair play.
Yeah,
she being a Marine is nothing to be snuffed at. Absolutely not. So fair play to her. And obviously we've had these, I don't want to say harrowing, but kind of
just telling her story,
heartfelt. Yeah.
Really personal stuff, which is you don't get that very often, not on main show.
I'm not quite sure why they decided to go that route with Lacey. Are they trying to...
I think they want to get the fans behind her, right?
It could be that, and it could be, it's younger people watching the show who might be in almost the same situation.
Yeah.
And
so
going, look,
them
just,
someone to look up to.
Yeah, hope and aspire to, yeah.
Yeah.
Asuka, pure class. And Shotzi's, I wouldn't say she's green, no pun intended, because of the green hair. But I do think she still has a bit of a way to go.
Yeah, I'd agree. She's getting some exposure, but not a lot. They took away her tank, which I'm sad about.
Well, they took her off the show for a bit.
Yeah.
She just sat in catering, twiddling her thumbs for a couple of months.
Yeah, it does feel like she definitely shows as having less experience than the others, but she's not bad by any means. She's not inexperienced.
Mm-hmm.
She's just
it's great talent. Yeah, great talent, but I think there's still a little bit of way to go there. I mean, that's pretty much what I got for that. I mean, we already covered that they sort of all competed in matches to qualify, whether it was tag matches, singles matches, or the last sort of chance match. So seven big names. I say big. Some big names, some kind of
less big,
decently big. Yeah. Who do you think is winning this match?
I wonder. I don't know. It's quite a tough one. I think for a start, this is going to be a good match.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's going to be real good. There's a few ways it could swing, I think. They could go with Asuka getting it again so that she can cash it in properly, because the last time she had it, it was Becky Lynch giving her the title because she was going off to be a mother. So if she was able to cash it in properly, it could be that...
That's one thing I should probably mention. 2 of the people in this match have won the women's Money in the Bank match before. That's Asuka and Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. Alexa Bliss could get it just because it would be quite cool to see a little tiny briefcase with Lily. That'd be pretty cool.
That,
Becky could get it because she is being pushed quite hard to be in the
When
picture.
isn't Becky being pushed
Very
hard?
true, and this could be another opportunity for that. Lacey could get it because she's they're pushing her to be sort of a fan favorite-ish.
This is going to sound really bad, but she's like the token face of the month.
Yeah. So she's like, flavour of the month kind of thing. I don't think Liv would get it. I don't think Raquel would get it. I don't think Shotzi would get it. But quite often these things can swing anyway. So
of those 3, and this is going to sound really bad, I think Shotzi's got the best chance. If you had to put it down to Liv, Raquel, and Shotzi would be my pick as the wild card.
Yeah. It'd be like out of the blue.
Because that would be Liv still striving to get to that level.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't really find Raquel Rodriguez interesting right now.
No.
Yes, she fought Ronda Rousey.
Yes, she's strong.
But I just haven't quite connected with this character yet.
No.
And I don't know.
I think I'm going to predict Asuka.
Asuka?
Yes. So it's not a certainty thing. But I think I'm glad that it feels quite open to me and uncertain, because we'll hopefully get some good stuff and be surprised by something.
Yeah. If I was to go with my all-time surprise pick, that would be Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Because that would be like, oh, wow, they actually pulled the trigger.
That would be really cool. I'd love Liv to win, to be honest.
If I was going for who I absolutely want to win...
Alexa Bliss. Yeah.
Who I think is going to win... The obvious choice that WWE would go down. Becky Lynch. And I absolutely hate that I'm going to put Becky Lynch as my choice for winning, because I do not want to see that.
No.
I do not want to see Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair for like the 5th time in one calendar year.
Just put it to bed now, right?
just go away.
Yeah.
Just stop, please. Okay.
Oh.
So, then we hit the final match on the card, which is the men's Money in the Bank. We have Riddle, Seth Freakin Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Omos, Sheamus, Sami Zayn, and question mark.
Ooh.
There's a one person who's yet to be announced.
Again, another great pool of people.
There's one in this match I personally feel shouldn't be in the match.
Riddle.
Nope.
I thought you were going to say because climbing ladders with bare feet isn't very good.
No. Riddle's got talent. I don't particularly like Riddle because of the whole drug thing. I don't particularly think that's a good thing to be portraying towards the younger generations.
It's like legal
I don't
in
like
places
it.
now.
Omos is the one that I feel is the...
Why is he there?
What?
Okay.
In this match. A lot of these guys can go. Omos is talented, don't get me wrong. I don't think he lends well into a ladder match.
Do you know why they've put him in, though?
So he can just literally try and...
Yeah, because they're leaning into, he only has to climb 2 steps of the ladder and he can reach it.
It'll probably close to 4 or 5. He's still going to have to go
get
way
a proper
up.
grip and everything.
Like, to maybe 2 steps up to touch the bottom, maybe.
Yeah, to unclip it, no.
But then there's this wild card, this question mark. So, Raw last week, this week just gone, it was supposed to be Kevin Owens versus Elias or Ezekiel or Elrod. There's another stupid gimmick I'm absolutely hating right now, and I don't know why people are loving it.
Because it's
daft.
stupid.
It's
people
stupid.
Like stupid things.
It's
sometimes.
moronic. Just no.
I'm finding it fun, but I'm also hating that I'm finding it fun.
I'm just not enjoying it.
No.
And it was supposed to be that, and that would be the final spot in the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Don't quite know why it didn't happen on Raw. Now Kevin Owens did. I don't know if it was on purpose or if it was an accidental trip the week before after the Elias concert thing. But he might have taken a small injury and maybe he wasn't cleared for Raw.
Yeah, because he knocked his leg or something. Didn't
It seemed like it didn't seem like that was planned to me. It looked like he tripped.
He worked it into the gimmick thing, and now he's made me hit my leg kind of thing. But it wasn't.
So, I mean, the thing that bugged me for that was it looked like it was pre-taped because Elias was in the ring and then Ezekiel turned up.
Yeah, I thought that was pre-taped.
And then Kevin was like, huh?
Yeah.
Where was I going with this?
The match didn't happen.
So Kevin Owens then, there was obviously speculation on social media and whatnot, and Kevin Owens decided to jump onto social media on his Twitter account, and he went, didn't want to go to Texas.
He's so good.
It was like, I just didn't want to go to Texas. That's it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He's made a big thing about hating Texas, like before WrestleMania and everything. So yeah, that was genius.
I think he was quite fortunate then that they were in Texas at that point.
Yeah,
you know,
just managed to lean into it.
Which I thought was cool. Now, speculation would be then that they're going to have some sort of final qualifying match tonight on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens could be a part of that.
Could be, as long as he's well.
Yeah. And part of me would say, yes, throw Kevin Owens in this match.
Yeah.
Because he's like one of the most talented guys on that roster right now.
Oh, yeah.
Both in the ring and out of the ring.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And he's got history with Sami.
Just don't put flaming Ezekiel in the match because that would just be awful.
Put Elrod in. We haven't seen him yet. That other brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kevin Owens does have history with Sami Zayn, and anytime they get in the ring, they just you might as well just pour gasoline on it and light it on fire because it's always fire. It's great, but they're real life best friends, so they have that chemistry, and that's fantastic.
It's good stuff.
But again, much like the women's match, every one of these people have qualified. Sheamus and Drew, that was quite an interesting way. So they had a match. It was a double disqualification because they both tried to swing at each other and hit each other at the same time. Even though they hit the chairs, not each other, so that was a bit, wait, what?
Well...
and then they got disqualified. So then Adam Pearce next week on SmackDown was like, right, okay, so bring out Sheamus, bring out Drew, okay, we've decided to put Sheamus in the match. And Drew was absolutely nuts, starts beating him up, and he's like, Drew, stop! My next sentence was you're in the match too. And Drew was like, oops. But then the next, I think it was the week after, Paul Heyman comes out with Adam Pearce. The Bloodline sort of took exception to the decision to put both of them in because they didn't technically qualify. It was pushed up to the higher-ups and the board of WWE, as it were. And they decreed that Sheamus and Drew didn't qualify officially. So they had to work together in a tag team match against the Usos. To retain their spot in the Money in the Bank match. Long story short, they won that match, so they're still in the ladder, in the Money in the Bank ladder match, which is a good thing.
Yeah, and it's nice to see the Usos going to beat.
Yeah, and again, sort of going back to the whole feuding thing and seeing feuds all the time and the same things. Drew and Sheamus have had feuds before.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been for a while.
No, this feels a lot fresher than a lot of the other stuff that we've been seeing.
Yeah, and I like Sheamus was like, well, I won Money in the Bank and I cashed it in. You got cashed in on and lost, Drew.
Yeah.
And I quite like the leaning into that, which is pretty good. So, let's have a look. Riddle's won the United States title and the tag titles. Rollins has won pretty much every title there is. Drew has won the Universal Championship. I think he won the Intercontinental title at one point as well. Omos hasn't won any gold. Sheamus has been a former world champ. Sami Zayn's been the former Intercontinental champion. Obviously, if Kevin Owens is the final one, he's been a world champion, Universal champion. He was the second Universal champion of all time. Elrod, Ezekiel, Elias, whoever the hell you want to stick in there, they haven't won gold.
No.
So again, it's quite a well-rounded thing of not just world champions, but the mid-card titles and the tag titles and that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure that Sheamus has held the tag title. Yeah, Sheamus held the tag titles with Cesaro.
Yeah.
As the bar. Drew, I don't think's won the tag titles, but he might have in 3MB maybe back in the day. I don't remember that far back, I'll be honest. Omos is the only one in this match thus far that has not won any titles.
Yeah. Unless
they stick Ezekiel or Elias or Elrod, whoever the hell they want to pull Papa Smurf out the bag and chuck him in. I don't know. Huh. Postman. But yeah, again, it's quite a well-rounded thing. My one concern is that Cody Rhodes wanted to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah.
Now, they did do an interview or promo segment with him on Monday Night Raw, and they were very cagey. I really don't want them to have Cody Rhodes come back.
I don't know. I mean, it was cagey, but they sounded like it was still a long road to recovery.
They could do what they did with Brock Lesnar a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Have all these guys beat 7 bells out of each other. There's no 7th competitor. Nobody comes out. Have them all just beat the hell out of each other.
And then he rushes in at the end
and
and just
right at the end of the match, his music hits. Just saunters down to the ring, climbs up the ladder, grabs the briefcase.
I would hate that.
Yeah, I would too.
If he's still going to have to be rehabbing and not in matches, then do not give him that. Because...
But where am I pulling this from? Where do you think I'm pulling this from?
I don't know.
Do you remember that original segment where they advertised Money in the Bank at WrestleMania?
Uh-huh.
The winner goes on to headline WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Who said it in that promo segment thing?
Was it Cody?
It was Cody. So what
he's
if...
got that vision, he could have just slipped up, because that was what the plan was.
So what if that's what happens, and then he rehabs and gets to headline WrestleMania?
I wouldn't like it.
I wouldn't.
I feel like
the point of the Money in the Bank is the high stakes.
Yeah, it could happen at any time.
Yeah.
And if you've found someone who's injured, then it's not going to happen until they're back.
Mm-hmm. The best bet for Cody, let him rehab. If he's good in time for Royal Rumble, have him win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Although that would still be a bit me, but you know.
But that's going to be the way they're going to go.
Yeah, probably, because they want him headlining WrestleMania.
So, who do you want to win this match?
Who do I want to win? Out of the ones, not including whoever's mystery person, I think I would like Drew to win.
Yeah.
That's just sort of an instincty. That would be quite cool if he wins.
Yeah, okay.
I think he could do some stuff with it.
The problem I've got with that
is
he's already declared that he wants to fight the champion at Clash of the Castle in Cardiff.
Yeah.
In September.
I mean, I'm not going by logic. This is what I'd like to see.
No, yeah. But is that a wasted potential for a Money in the Bank if he's already going to be having that match anyway?
Yeah. Or if, he'd cash it in before and then it's like, oh, well, I am the champion. I can't face the champion in Clash of the Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who do you think is going to win?
Seth Rollins. It wasn't as hard as the women's match for me.
Okay.
But if that happens and your prediction wins and Becky gets it...
So, who I think is going to win is Seth Rollins.
Cool.
Okay. Power couple. Hold the Money in the Bank. Mm-hmm. Both of them. Okay. Who I want to see win, who do you think?
Kevin Owens.
If Kevin Owens is in the match, I would love to see that. But...
Sheamus?
We've already seen Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns fight.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Not Sheamus. You're not going to get it. That's the thing. You're not going to get it. Sami Zayn. Why?
I don't know. Don't quiz me on your opinions.
Right? Let's just seeing if you're paying attention to the product, right? Whom is an unofficial member of the Bloodline? Sami Zayn.
Yeah, very true.
Who said to Paul Heyman, when I win Money in the Bank, I will not cash in on Roman Reigns? Sami Zayn.
But you can.
Would it be so fun to see Sami Zayn, the cogs going in his head every time he's around the Bloodline?
That would be really cool, actually.
Just a slight side note on this one. Brock Lesnar returned on SmackDown a couple of weeks back. and they've announced that he's going to be fighting Roman Reigns for the undisputed Universal WWE Championship at SummerSlam. This was 2 weeks prior to Money in the Bank taking place. You're already advertising the next show.
Yeah.
That's trash.
That's pretty bad.
A champion should be defending every 30 days at least or being stripped of that title. But yet here we are in the part-time era.
Yeah.
Which I absolutely detest. I was going somewhere with that.
It would be cool to see Sami Zayn.
Oh yeah, so SummerSlam, right? It's a last man standing match.
Yes.
Anything goes. Out come the Usos beating up Brock. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe Street Profits or New Day or someone else comes in to try and neutralize the Usos. Out comes Sami Zayn, and he's like, "What do I do? What do I do?" And you can kind of almost imagine him like threatening to cash it in, and I just think that would be a really fun dynamic.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
And then,
actually.
like SummerSlam, he wouldn't cash it in. And then Paul would say, okay, you've earned your place. Like, he helps Roman Reigns retain. You've earned your place in the bloodline. You're a member of the bloodline, right? And that was his way in to find the chink in Roman's armor to cash that Money in the Bank in.
That'd be really
I just feel that I don't particularly care for this Sami Zayn conspiracy theory thing. He's a fantastic athlete, don't get me wrong. I'm not really a fan of the gimmick he's got right now, but I just feel that would be a really fun way to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to see that.
Who knows? Maybe they'll surprise us.
Maybe. Or maybe I'll get everything right again. It's hard work and a bit boring being right all the time. Anyway, that was our Money in the Bank predictions. Yeah, take it away, Dan.
My knee.
I need a break.
Oh, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back in a few days with the reactions once we've had a chance to watch the show.
It's great that this thing ends on a Saturday night as well. So
Yeah.
we can watch it Sunday. We haven't got to wait till after work and avoid the internet like the plague. And
Yeah, it does make it a bit easier for us poor UK dwellers. Leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our suggestions. Who do you think's going to win the Money in the Bank matches? Follow us on socials. Details are in the description below. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be notified when we drop new videos.
ding ding.
I think that's about it.
Yep.
So until next time.
Keep reaching for that brass ring.
Yeah, that one. It's so cheesy. Bye-bye.